On the recentish Trench Crusade map, we had a mysterious place marked on it, dubbed Ultima Thule, in the north, so I thought we could have discussion over what could be there, and look at some of the real history behind the name, and in addition look at the Molotov cocktail, when it was developed, where, and where it was also developed in the real world, and what beast it might be used against. So, welcome back to the trenches, and let's begin. First, the name Ultima Thule. What does it mean? It has a few ideas that seem to fit this concept well. We have the farthest point, the limit of any journey, and the point believed by the ancients to be farthest north from dictionary.com. The origin of the word itself, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, says the ancient Greeks and Romans gave the Ultima Thule name, or just Thule, to what they thought was the northeast edge of the world. On ancient maps, Thule was usually an island somewhere north of England. In the 300 BCE, a Greek explorer and geographer named Pytheas visited the British Isles. On his return, he told of Thule. He said that the island was 6 days' sail from northern Britain. The place he visited may have been Iceland, Norway, or the Shetland Islands, northeast of Scotland, and the term can be used to generally mention a place that's far away and place it just that fun reference on a map, or it could be something else in Trench Crusade. An important place. My first theory is a heretic submarine base. The heretics have used subs greatly to their advantage in the lore. So far we have mention of them prowling shipping lanes, stopping military convoys, and maybe aid trying to reach New Antioch. After all, that will mean cracks in their faith and make them more likely to join the heretic side. They know they attacked Albia a lot, and so they are a power, and one as far as we can see that the forces of Antioch have no counter for. I think the location of Iceland, which is what's circled in this name, would make a good remote place from which the subs could go out. It would make sense they would deploy a lot to attack Albia. Since it's nearby, they could build up a place of resources and manufacture there at Ultima Thule without too many eyes on them, as to lose this place would make a massive difference to the war on the side of the court of the seven-headed serpent. A lot more resources could reach their destination and strengthen the armies were they not to be around. There came a time in which we can link Ultima Thule to the Middle Ages, when Iceland and Greenland became associated with that name. Next up, I'm going to say Lovecraft. Greenland is mentioned in some of Lovecraft's stories, and so pulling on that lever, firstly it's in the Call of Cthulhu, in that story as told on Lovecraft Fandom. Princeton anthropology professor William Channing Webb tells a gathering of archaeologists about his 1860 visit to Greenland, in which, high up on the West Greenland coast, I encountered a singular tribe or cult of degenerate creatures whose religion, a curious form of devil worship, chilled him with its deliberate bloodthirstiness and repulsiveness. Their religion rejected others, had come down from horribly ancient aeons before ever the world was made. It required human sacrifice as well as certain hereditary rituals addressed to a supreme elder devil or Tarnasuk. In a formula provided by an aged Angakok or wizard priest, their deity is addressed as Dead Cthulhu, a fetish around which they danced when the aurora leaped high over the ice cliffs. Closely resembled one retrieved by Inspector John Raymond Legrasse in the Louisiana swamps. Could Ultima Thule have something like that? Devil worship fits, and maybe that could also tie to the heretic naval base. And also in a story, Ubosathla, there is a crystal found by a geologist in Greenland beneath glacial ice in the Miocene strata. It may have belonged to some sorcerer of primeval Thule. Greenland was a warm, fertile region beneath the sun of Mycenaean times. In the story, Zon Mezamalak uses it to send his mind back in time to Ubosathla, who birthed all creatures on the planet, according to that law. I've explored this idea more thoroughly in a video which you can check out here. The video was originally just going to be about Thule, but I ran out of ideas at this point, so there's been another subject I've been wanting to cover for a while, the Molotov cocktail, and I was reminded of it by some sort of war documentary my father was recently watching. The lore says this about the Molotov cocktail: it was developed on the desperate Finnish battle frontier against the ice demons. This improvised weapon consists of a glass bottle containing a flammable substance such as gasoline, alcohol, or a napalm-like mixture, plus a source of ignition. ice demons in a moment. In real world history, it was according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. It's named after a guy whose first name I won't attempt to say, but his surname was Molotov, the foreign minister of the Soviet Union during and after World War II. Though Molotov was not its inventor, Molotov said the Soviets could invade Finland, and during the fight, Finnish fighters extensively used incendiary weapons made from bottles filled with a mixture of tar, ethanol and gasoline, stoppered with wicks. In a bit of black humour, Finns christened them Molotov cocktails, drinks intended to accompany Molotov's food parcels. Now that reference is a name that he used to refer to cluster bombs that were dropped on Finland. A distillery switched to making Molotov cocktails at that time. So I like the place is the same, but the reason has changed. So taking a look at Finnish ice demons, there don't seem to be an exact one-to-one, but we do have the Piru from godchecker.com. It says, these are very nasty beings, under the leadership of Lempo, Lord of Demons. They do all his dirty work, and some of it is very dirty indeed. They love trapping and tricking innocent folks who walk through the forest, and you may have be forced to answer a riddle to save your life. To go in on Lempo, we are told he's regarded as the devil himself, that he creates misfortune, disease, and unspeakable nastiness. He may also be an evil triad with demons Hisi and Paha closely associated with him. Lempo commands the demons of the forest and other evil spirits. These are called Piru, and his name, Papiru, means the head of the demons, which reminds me of Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, the head of the demon in Batman lore, and my favourite Batman villain. He also has a rather fierce herd of mooses, and he is apparently also the Finnish god of love. Those others demons mentioned, it hosts a little in each of them. They are his helpers. There may be a manifestation of the god himself, or the demon head himself. When a Finnish god was fighting off demons, it tells us it was Paha who, with the help of Hisi, gave him the shakes and made him accidentally cut himself with a mistimed axe blow. Hisi is listed as a henchman of Lempo as well. So let me know what you think to the lore and ideas discussed in this video. It's one, as I said, that I stuck on for a while, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Now drop me a comment if you'd like to see what your ideas about Ultima Thule are. Are you of a mind for the lore to settle in certain areas, perhaps in this way, or are you happy for it to just be growing speculation and little hints so you can make up your own lore? And if you like this video on Trench Crusade, you might also like this one. And if you want a number of videos on Trench Crusade, then why not check out the playlist on the channel. I also cover 40k and have out about 3 a week, and at worst 1 on a Saturday, and honestly at the moment it's just 1. There are 2 playlists for that one. The channel also has that split. There's one for everything, and there's one focusing on a favourite area of mine from the dark age of technology. Lots of lore and theories based on that. Historically, and to return one day, I did a load of videos on Dune, which also have its own playlist on the channel. There was also a playlist for the Expanse books and TV series, most of the books, and a short playlist for the Sun Eater series by Christopher Rocchio and Red Rising by Piers Vaughan. And that's the end of this video. If you listened to the end, thanks for listening to this point. A little bit of channel lore you might not know. I do strangely record this last bit fresh every time, though I don't know why.